Welcome and hello and welcome and hello and welcome and hello and welcome, guys. Sorry, I've been a little bit under the weather here. Happy Tuesday. I am going to be quick. Famous last words. Don't ask Princess J on that one, but I am going to be quick. I have a ton of work to do today, guys, but I want to talk a little bit of CRISPR Therapeutics. Ticker symbol on this one is CRSP. If you know anything about me, I am a huge Karen. They call me Little Danny Cornbread DeCarlo because I'm moist, doughy, and I crumble under pressure. They call me the Little Tugboat because I'm short in stature. I pull more than my own weight, and I'm rarely far from my home port. They call me Stubby Cohiba because I once accidentally cut my penis off with a Vitamix while manscaping down around Coral Gables, Florida. So they call me Stubby Cohiba. Anywhere in South Florida to this day. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. If you remember, and I think you will, when this was way down here at this bottom line near here, I said it's going to at least go up to here to 50, at least pass this line slightly and then come back down. You see, it's done that every single time, 5-6 times in a row. Right on script. It's doing exactly what I said it was going to do. And it's going to go much higher. How do I know? Math. The only caveat would be I had to buy a new safe for a client. These pop-up ads tells you what my life is. Whatever my clients want me to do, I do. Work for the wealthy and powerful so-and-sos out here in Southern California, the who's, the what's. What's going on? It's the great Carl Seamark, the mattress king of Chicago. It's isolated energy. I can't, guys, I haven't had any time to do it. I've been working on a SoFi video, SMCI. The SMCI convertible note is an absolute home run. 2030, it converts at $55 a share. They're doing a $200 million share buyback. They're doing a cap call to avoid dilution. I mean, it's an absolute home run. My hat is off to the Wigger, the CFO, the able seaman. Anyway, guys, going back to CRISPR, the chart is absolutely beautiful. It's primed for a breakout. To say this stock is just grotesquely undervalued, it's going up, $2.15 today. Trying to probably, I would say it's going to break down 48 today, but the volume is weak. These fake, even the fake ratings on tip ranks, they say it's $68 average, but if you look at like any real sites, oh, sorry, this is SMCI. Let's see. I was playing around with that, hoping to do a video. Probably won't have time. So forecast on CRISPR, if you look at the more respectable sites, the average is $81. So that's an 80% upside. Just do the same thing with Ortex. Looking at the live short, here's why this short is about to break, guys. I mean, I'll go back to but it's the same thing as Fintel. It's like $81 is the average because they're polling real analysts. They're not polling these hacks like, the Chia Pet, the Five Head, et cetera, Midwest Values, all these other useless sacks of crap. I'm going to close these super micro windows because I keep accidentally clicking on them. But anyway, guys, so going back to CRISPR, if you take a look at the short volumes, just going back, even yesterday, 63%, which is extremely high. So people are like, is this a short squeeze? Is this a short squeeze? This move from, 33 up to 46 here? Absolutely not. They only keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And you can see that this has been, cost to borrow has been less than 1 because they're loaning themselves the shares. Cost to borrow even today jumped to 2. Now today it's 4. So you see that over here. Just look at this data. It was 1 just yesterday, cost to borrow, then 2, it jumped up into the 3s, and now it's almost 5. And that's average. And you can see why, because they're borrowing 30 million shares. 30 million shares these idiots are borrowing. What are they thinking? They're just waiting for some negative event, some patient go to the hospital, they can knock it down 20%. They still won't cover. They'll just short more from the lows. Remember, guys, I was Karening on and saying, why do these idiots keep shorting from the lows? Don't they understand how shorting works? Hindenburg and their partners, when they went after SMCI, they did it properly. They shorted from 45.50. They covered at 18. They shut the doors. They left the country. They bought a private island. They went home. You know, that's what you do. You cover. This would be these shorts. They would drive it down to 18 and then just short heavily from the lows for no logical reason. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I looked at the stock. I'm like, this whole thing, it doesn't make sense. It might make dollars, but it doesn't make sense. How does the short, there's only 86 million shares that exist. They're borrowing 30 million of those. The value is not 1 billion because there's that extra 8 billion shares, 8 billion extra shares, or 8 million, I'm sorry, they're borrowing. So that's an extra $300+ million worth of shares. 350. So they're really, 1.4 billion. So that's why when this utilization has been pegged at 100% now for a couple weeks, that's why you see the cost to borrow just rise so dramatically. The jig is up. It's over. It's over. Game over. They can't keep doing this. It's been a charade. They've been fixing the price, naked short, borrowing every single day. I've been making videos about it constantly, saying, how can they keep doing this? How is this possible? The math doesn't add up. But when it breaks, it's going to just split hell wide open. There's no volume yet. They're not covering at all. If anything, they're probably shorting more. Why do I have a bunch of finish nails in my pocket? Oh, story of my life. Getting stabbed in the underside of a man boob on a Tuesday. Talking to a dozen losers. Runny nose. What's up, turds? Yeah. I mean, you squeeze your testicles between your fat man legs, your chubby bootigs, your short chubby bootigs. Trying to get that like harness down. Get the poor little, high school attendant just jumping up and down on that metal latch thing, trying to squish it down onto my gunt. Come on, it'll close. Just give me one ratchet. He's like, sir, we can't let you ride. I'm like, just double harness me. Like when I get arrested, they double cuff me. Don't you guys have a procedure? Yeah, we have a procedure. You head on down to the Knott's Fried Chicken. Have your fried chicken dinner. Let the rest of us get on with our business. No, I've never been kicked off a roller coaster for being too fat. Asking for a friend. Anyway, so this video really didn't have a point, but when the volume comes and these 30 million shares on loan start to be returned and these 21.5 million shares on loan start to be returned, the price of the stock is going to go up, and it's going to go up dramatically. And that's just a fact. Look at the institutional ownership on this, 88.71%. They have at least 4 pharmaceutical companies that are heavily invested, including Vertex, who's their partner on the drug that they already have approved, Kiskevi. I mean, you're going to see a dramatic short squeeze, in my opinion. There's no shares out there to be had. They're borrowing way too many shares. I said, as soon as that cost to borrow goes up, this is going to break. And that's what's happening today. And the price is going to go way, way, way up. And full disclosure, I'm long. I have options. I have shares, tons of shares. I built a big position on this one off the lows. Got a nice, juicy 6-figure position. I'm up a ton of money. And that's just the way it is, guys. Scoreboard. So I don't know. There's really not that much else to say about this stock. It's just, catalyst after catalyst. They have 3 or 4 readouts coming this year on their, some of them on their in vivo program with these broad, $1 trillion cholesterol, cardio. They also have an autoimmune component. So they have a huge in-house pipeline where they own everything. There's billion-dollar deals to be had around every corner. I mean, Vertex, when they bought 10% of Caskevi, that additional 10%, they valued that at $9 billion. They paid $900 billion to go from a 50-50 partner to a 60-40. But I think this is the greatest. I personally think CRISPR picked their pocket. But CRISPR's got Nobel Prize winners on the payroll. I don't think Vertex does. They're a great company, very deep pockets. There's no reason they can't make more deals with Vertex, because I think Vertex is going to, be a little bit, upset that they're kind of didn't get the cream of the crop. They got sort of the first in line. Maybe should have waited for Cinderella. They took the stepsister, if you know what I mean. Know what I mean? So anyway, a fat pipeline. Clap my dog. He's tipped his hand. Carl, like I said, I could buy a Lambo now, but I can't fit in the damn thing. So you'd have to be my driver. Strap me to the roof with some ratchet straps. Hey, is that Danny Deal strapped to your roof with an apple in his mouth? Yes, it is. Would you like to buy a mattress? Is that Carl Seamark? You're killing me, Carl. Anyway, guys, I'm pretty much done. This was a really stupid video. But yeah, everything's telling me, just think about it. There's 86 million shares that exist. 88% institutional ownership. How many shares does that even leave that retail could be trading? 10 million tops, and they're borrowing 30 million. Where are those shares going to come from? They're clearly naked shorting just at an absurd level. I've been saying this is so dangerous. What are they? If they don't get that negative event they're waiting for, they're going to get absolutely killed, and they're going to deserve it, and they do deserve it. They're fighting really hard here at 47.50, but there's no volume, which is the only thing saving them right now. There's absolutely no volume. The longs are being somewhat cooperative, but the bottom line is Kitty Woods is going to win this war. She wins this war 9 times out of 10. It's like orcas fighting lions in the ocean. Anyway, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Loading up the short ETF, absolutely. Fat pipeline, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, guys, I got a lot of work to do. It's CRISPR. It's up 47.50 on really low volume. I would guess they're still shorting, to be honest with you. I don't think these guys have any intention of covering. I don't think they know what covering is. But imagine a big deal's announced, some great data's announced, and the stock just rips up to, 55 or something. It's crazy the kind of losses they're going to take. But that's why I don't understand heavily shorting a stock from the lows for no reason. Didn't make any sense to me then, doesn't make any sense to me now. This thing's doing exactly what I told you it was going to do, because there's nothing really else it can do without a huge negative catalyst that I just didn't see on the horizon. Their data looks really good. Their pipeline looks great. Their balance sheet's incredible. They have almost $2 billion in cash and like 10% of that in debt. They have almost no debt. They have a huge runway. The way they're shorting, you'd think they have like 1 year runway. They have ample runway. Ample, I tell you. Guys, it's un poco mas. Y'all heard?